Hello there, namaste, and I have got many sort of DMs related to the launch of AdityaL1, which is happening later tomorrow. And more importantly, the similarities that I have talked about related to Chandrayaan-3. So rather than replying the multiple DMs, I thought that I would make a short impromptu video, giving a clarity in terms of what I was talking about, the logic to my argument. And more importantly, those of you who are trying to learn or trying to sort of understand the method to the madness, this particular video might be of great use. Yeah. So what we are going to focus is, the launch of AdityaL1. And, are there any similarities related to Chandrayaan-3? So let's dive into it. Yeah. So the point is, we get the Muhurta from ISRO itself, right? So this is a public knowledge. They have already announced that it's going to be on Saturday, 2nd of September at 11:50 p.m. Yeah, rather AM. In, it's 𝗪𝗲𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗃, which is in the Tirupati district. Okay. So what we do as a Vedic astrologer is basically we throw up a chart related to that time and try to decipher, what is it talking about. Okay. Now, the Lagna in a Muhurta chart, or for that matter, is extremely important. Okay. Now, this is a Scorpio Lagna, and Scorpio Lagna, the main lord is Ketu, which is going to the 12th house. Okay. And the important thing to note that Ketu is the project manager for space mission. Why? Because, in the directional chart, there is a circle inside where Ketu actually rules the vertically upward direction. That's why Ketu is a 𝗀𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗃. It is the planet which is giving you the final emancipation, so to say. So when we are doing the mantras, when we are doing meditating, or when we look up to God, we are always looking upwards, right? So that's the Ketu direction. So where is the spacecraft moving? Every spacecraft is going upwards, right? They are going on some mission, be it Sun, Moon, Mars, etc. So when the Lagna Lord is going into the 12th house, in a general chart, we would say that, hey, that's going away. It's a loss. But if it's a moon mission, moon has to go away, right? The spaceship has to go away. The space explorer has to go away. The rocket has to go away. So technically, when you say in a layman's term that, hey, there is a loss happening, the loss in this context is actually successful mission. You understand the logic part of it. So it's all upon case-to-case basis, right? What are we talking about? Somebody is doing charity, then charity for them is not loss. It is their way of giving away. But let's say if somebody steals your wallet, right, and you had $5,000 in it, then you consider that as a loss. Oh, I lost my credit cards. Oh, I lost my money. Oh, my driving license was in it. But if you voluntarily give it, then that's actually charity. That's something, which is taking you upwards. Your feet are moving upwards. So we are very clear that, hey, listen, from this perspective, when Ketu is going to the 12th house as a Karaka or the project manager for the space mission, then it's a good. It technically means that it will take off, right? So that is one point which is very important to understand with respect to the AdityaL1 launch. The other thing is the Karaka. If you remember, in the moon mission, we were looking at moon being in the 7th house, aspecting the Lagna, the ISRO chairman being S. Somnath. I've talked about it and I'll share the links in the comment section. But what I mean to say, for this particular mission, the Karaka is Sun, because Aditya is another name for Surya. There are �द्वादश Adityas, by the way. There are 12 Adityas which are associated with the 12 houses. Okay. Now over here, we see that Sun is extremely strong. Sun owns the sign Leo, right? And it is in Leo. And 10th Lord is in the 10th house. So when 10th Lord is in the 10th house, Mercury also becomes very strong. And Mercury is also in the 10th house, okay, causing a Buddhaditya yoga. Okay, so the Karaka, or the Karaka for this particular mission, the sub-Karaka we can say, because it is Surya mission, right? In the moon mission, we were looking moon as a predominant planet, apart from Ketu. So over here it is sun. This particular placement is also called as Digbala, right? Because it is in the 10th house. Agni in the 10th house is superb. It's the fire in the belly. When you go to work, you can't be lazy. You can't be, very, very shunny-ish, right? So you want to be very active. You want to be very proactive. You want to have that fire in your belly. That's the reason Agni gets a Digbala in the 10th house. Yeah. So these two things, more or less, we can see. Now, the only little concern is that, hey, it is Saturday. And Saturn and Sun sort of don't get along well, though they are father and son, but there are some grudges to hold, right? So now that Saturn is retrograde aspecting the 10th house or aspecting that combination of Surya and Mercury. So that is the one, and it is Varesh as well. It is Saturday as well. So that is one area where we can keep our fingers crossed, right? But overall, we can see that, hey, listen, this works out very, very good, especially, with two benefics in the trines. Yeah. And I've always talked about Taurus being India. Yeah. And the Lord Venus, being with Arudha Lagna in the 9th house of luck. Okay. So very, very overall, we can say that, hey, listen, there is no doubt that ISRO has been guided by astrologers. There is no doubt in my mind. Okay. So now I wanted to see whether there is similarity between Chadrayaan-3. Okay. Now Chadrayaan-3 launch Muhurta. If you all remember, there was a different Muhurta which was given initially. Okay. And that Muhurta, in fact, I wrote on LinkedIn very openly that this will not even kick off, and, then I deleted the post and sent the message to somebody, and then they changed the Muhurta. So the Muhurta that they changed was, 14th of July, and everybody is aware about this Muhurta. Again, openly publicized by ISRO. And again, we see it is Scorpio Lagna. Interesting, right? So this is Chandrayaan-2. Sorry, Chandrayaan-3. And if you remember, in this previous chart of AdityaL1, it is also Scorpio Lagna with Ketu in the 12th house, right? In Chandrayaan-3 also, it is Scorpio Lagna with Ketu in the 12th house. Interesting, right? And over here also, we see one of the Agni. Mangal is also Agni in Digbala. Okay. And in the previous chart, it is Surya in Digbala, because it's a Surya mission. Over here also, Moon is aspecting the Lagna. Okay, so this is much more straight shot. This is straight shot which will give India a lot of fame, because Moon is fame and it is in Taurus sign, which is India's Lagna. Right, I've talked about it. You can go through my post, you will get a clarity. So definitely, we can say that, hey, listen, this Ketu or the primary project manager is very common in the 12th house of going away, right? So in space mission, always understand that going away is not bad. And what some people consider as loss is actually an investment for somebody. So a lot of countries might still feel that, hey, India is spending what, 700 crores on a mission, are you crazy? Why can't you save that money? No, that is strategic investment. And people of the next generation over 10 years, 20 years will understand, what is this all about. So this was a short video which I wanted to make, frankly speaking, so that you all have clarity in terms of what we are talking about. And if you have any questions related to it, I would be happy to answer them in the comment section. But overall, I'm sure you got an understanding of what we are talking about and the basic part of what Muhurta is all about. In future, I'll be talking more about it. For now, this is it. Thank you so much for your time. Namah Shivaya. Bye.